Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly celebrity reading. This week it is J.R. Ramirez. Now, as I do with all my celebrity readings, they are based on subscriber requests. So if you want me to read a celebrity, drop them in the comments and I will add them to my list. Now, who is J.R. Ramirez? That is a really good question. I actually had to Google it, as I do with a lot of these requests that come through. Now, he is in a show called Manifest that apparently is in its fourth season. And so, yeah, that's, what I do with all my readings. As if you're a subscriber, I do a brief overview of their birth chart to give you a little bit of an idea of who they are, why they are the way they are. I couldn't find his rising, the time of his birth, so I'm just going based on what I know from his sun sign, okay? Now, here's the crazy thing about J.R. Ramirez. He has a stellium in Libra, okay? So he was born October 8th, which is coincidentally the same birthday as Sigourney Weaver, okay, which I did a reading for a few weeks back. And so happy belated birthday, J.R. Ramirez. Secondly, stellium in Libra. That's huge, okay? His sun, his moon, and his Saturn and Pluto. So that just means, three or more planets that really have a strong impact on who he is. He obviously Libra, very fair-minded, very balanced. He needs balance in his life. That's how he finds harmony, right? Even justice, okay? Very observant, he easily can make friends, right? He's that person you go to, especially with his moon in Libra. Very, very easy to work with. The one thing that I want you to know, if you're one of those, I don't remember who requested him. There were actually two requests, but for in terms of love, his Venus is in Virgo. Okay, Venus is in fall in Virgo, so it might be hard for him to be in relationships just based on his I wouldn't say hard, but just a little challenging, because if you think about Virgo, they're perfectionists, right? But Venus is in fall, so he kind of just analyzes everything, right? Almost over analyzing things in terms of relationships and whatnot. But the plus side, the good side is, oh my goodness, Venus and Virgo, he'll do anything for the person that he's in love with, right? That's great. What other thing is his Jupiter was also in Virgo, okay? He did have, I think he had a stellium in Scorpio as well. Yeah, he did. His Mercury, his Mars, and his Uranus. But as we know, listen, right now, so there you have it. You have a stellium in Virgo. You have a stellium in Scorpio. He does have a sensitive side. He does have an emotional side. But also very, he's very intuitive. Now, what can we expect from J.R. Ramirez just based on his chart? Well, with these eclipses, they fall in his second and eighth house, okay? So those are the two money planets, all right? So we're going to see a lot of activity with his finances, I guess, with this, fourth season of his show coming out. Sure, that makes a lot of sense. But also, Jupiter's been in Aries pretty much, since for a long time this year. Let's just say a long time. It's dipped back into Pisces, but that was in his seventh house of partnerships that relates to both career and romance. But let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for J.R. Ramirez of the show Manifest. Now, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It is what my clients prefer. If you want to book a private reading, you know where to find me. Secondly, you'll see I have a special guest, my dog, who will not wake up, and you do not want to see me wake her up while she is sleeping. So we're going to have to slide these cards just a little bit under her pillow here. Yeah, there we go. That's amazing. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. There's this is really cool. We are in Scorpio season. He has all that activity in Scorpio. Scorpio does rule the eighth house. Now, I said there is going to be activity with his money, but also the eighth house also is death and rebirth. Okay, it's very transformative All right. So new beginnings, especially after the eclipse coming up. We have a full moon total lunar eclipse in Taurus that is actually in his eighth house. So I am seeing that right here. Okay. First, he pulled the devil. Okay, ruled by Capricorn. Listen, he's there. There was something that he personally was possibly going through recently. Okay, the devil is really, it represents everything that you would think, right? Drugs, alcohol, addictions, vices, our bad behaviors, bad patterns. There's something that he may have been that's been a challenge for him to let go. It could be something that he's been like truly indulging in that probably wasn't in his best interest. Uh, you know, when the devil comes up, I always say it's like it's a trap, right? Because you can see the two people here, they are chained to the devil, sure, right? But the chains are loose, okay? In order to break free from the chains, you have to be first aware of the chains, right? Secondly, you have to care. You have to care to break free, all right? It looks like he did. Okay, and he's in that process of it, okay, because he did pull the 10 of swords in the heart of his spread, indicating, remember I said this is a big time for him for the end of things and new beginnings. Now there's no other card that can really reflect that, especially mentally, because swords are the mental suit. So clearly he's been going through it, all right? He's been trying to drop a habit. Again, it can be something in his physical reality. It can be, but also something just mentally, right? Just having certain thoughts about things that just are not working your way. Now, 10 is the end of the suit. 10 is conclusion. 10 is completion. Think of these swords as aligning chakras, right? Beating him down, this poor man, right? So it's a lot of burden. He's been going through a lot of burden, a lot of stress, maybe anxiety. There's even burnout, okay? But the good news is this is the end. He's coming to the end of this. He is coming to that, having that moment of clarity, and these dark clouds are clearing. All right. Secondly, you can see the poor man here. His hand is in the hand gesture of the Hierophant. So there is a lot of wisdom. There is a lot of harmony. It's almost like a rebirth. Okay. Moving forward with this rebirth, as I said, with this eclipse coming up, that is definitely really big for him. Now, he did get the 9 of Wands, okay, in his challenge area, though. And so what he really needs to do at this point, because he is entering like this new phase, and it's clear as day. It's clear as day that he wants to move away from challenging aspects in his life right now. It's very clear as day with his spread, but with a 9 of Wands in his challenge area. If I were sitting here with him right now, I would just tell him to like hang in there. All right, don't give up. I always say, listen, this is that, make that reference. Like if you were, you remember math class in like 4th grade, and your math teacher had that poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that card. Don't give up. Hang in there. You listen. It's sometimes like, and this is a card of resilience. So that could be his challenge. It's hard for him to get through this, okay? Really, really hard to get through whatever challenge he's going through right now. It's definitely having an impact on, mentally, even his mental health. Okay, remember the swords, right? And then it's something that he's really passionate about. But look, what he pulled in his crown, the 8 of Cups, okay? So when I say he's trying to move away from this, he's definitely trying, all right? And I have faith that he will, because I haven't even gotten to the best part, but this is, you can see here, the man walking away from the cups. Cups represent emotions, okay? And so the funny thing here is that is an eclipse happening in the background, okay? We are in eclipse season, okay? And so the one coming up, that's going to be, what day? So, oh gosh, November 5th, in 3 days. It's going to be really big. It's going to be really impactful for him, all right? And he is moving away from something that is just, it doesn't even matter if it's good or bad. It's just, he has that clarity that moving forward is the best thing for him, okay? Yeah. Look, he got another 10, all right? Clarifying that, the 10 of Wands. It could be work. It could be something work-related. But again, Wands really do represent our passions, okay? Our ideas, our goals. But, Wands are work-related. They are enterprise job, career, but putting all that passion into it. You can see there's a lot of burden here too. This man is basically breaking his back, carrying all these wands alone. So there's a lot of energy here of him feeling alone right now, okay? Through some of the challenges he's been going through. The good news is he wants to get out of this place, and he wants to be with other people. All right, he did get the 10 of cups, all right, in the root of his spread. Okay, this is happy family, happy life, happy home. So we know that a lot of this is if there is any sort of, if he feels not emotionally fulfilled right now, it's because it's that lack of happiness. The message that's coming through is he wants a family. He wants a relationship. I don't know if he's in one. If he is in one, it may not be the right one for him. Okay? Just moving forward, it's almost like this is what needs to fuel him. All right, you see the cups arranged in the rainbow. Okay, so not only is that spiritual enlightenment, but rainbow, the only rainbow in tarot, indicating a promising future, but it's really that happiness. All right, family and love. It's just being so emotionally fulfilled. All right. Another message that's coming through is he needs to just be honest with himself. That's going to help him, get rid of this little, trap. All right, hit the road, Jack. Right. But I love all the 2 10s that he's pulled. Really, really coming to the end of this now. Okay, here's the good news. In his future, Page of Cups. Hello. All right. So it looks like there is something new coming in that is going to fulfill him emotionally, clarified with the Queen of Swords. So the pages are in the royal court. They're the newbies, but they have so much power, okay? They have, they really usher in new change, new beginnings. He's going to be able to follow his bliss at this point, but the message that's coming through is more relationship related stuff happening here. Okay, so I would expect that. Okay, and I would also expect him just finally being in a place where he is, something new is coming in that is going to be what he's been seeking, but what does fulfill him emotionally. Okay, and it really just, I love that energy because there's a lot of creativity and imagination coming through. It's almost like when all of this ends, it's this bright new beginning, and he has this just head above the clouds, right? Like the Queen of Swords, which is clarifying the Page of Cups here. All right, so now we got 2 cards in the royal court. Now the Queen of Swords, she leads with her head, not her heart. Okay, and so this is really great because remember what I said. He could be going through some challenges like up in here. Just kind of like a tug of war. That's all gonna end. He's going into this amazing new place. Remember what I said. I think I said back, just he needs to be honest with himself and not lie to himself about things. But this is total honesty here. This is truth, but this is also, like I said, very authoritative, very, very powerful, but once again, leading with her head. So having a lot of logic moving forward, being very practical moving forward. He's going to be all set, okay? So end of something new coming in, and then, Knight of Swords. So now in his future, we see he has 3 court cards. That is 2 swords as well. The Knight of Swords. Oh my goodness, Uhtred, son of Uhtred. If you don't get that reference, just think Jon Snow, okay? Game of Thrones. Courageous, bold, just on this mission, quick to make decisions. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to just blaze unfloored. And this thing that's coming through, it is going to come through very, very soon. Now, let's look at his staff. So, this is really interesting. This is very interesting. He did get the 3 of swords. So this is affirmation. There's something that was not serving him well. Okay? Not something that's serving him well. It was hard for him to move forward from. Okay? But this is definitely, this is the card of heartache. This is the heart of grief, pain. It is something that is happening. And it's something like he doesn't really want to, looking at his birth chart, just based on, what I see with just his sun placements, he is this is something that he doesn't really want to like share with people, right? This heartache, this grief, it's almost like smiling his way through life and through these situations. But he did get the Six of Cups clarifying that, or sorry, Six of Pentacles clarifying that. So listen, we talked about balance. We talked about him being a Libra. We talked about how that's important for him, okay? Now, this is all about balance. This is sharing the wealth, okay? This is a very, the card about generosity, about gratitude. He wants to be that person. He really wants to be that person now. But likewise, he needs that balance. So even if it's someone coming in to help him through this, it could be helpful, but it's definitely something that he wants, all right? Definitely something that he wants, all right? And when I say, and this man is sharing the wealth, and when I say sharing the wealth, the wealth in all areas of your life too, okay? Even though it is a Pentacles and there's a lot of activity in both his money houses. Now, he did get the Two of Swords in his external factors area. He needs to, there's going to be a moment where he's going to have to make a decision, all right? He's going to have to really just kind of just step away from friends and family for a minute and just make that decision. Okay, it's going to be an emotional decision. He needs to trust himself, all right? And it is something that, with this Page of Cups, this new thing coming in, it has something to do with long-term commitments, okay? That's something that he needs to really think about. And that's going to be something as we are in eclipse season, that's going to be very powerful, especially because it is in the 8th house of endings and, beginnings, right? Death and rebirth, okay? And other people's money, too. Remember that, all right? That's, paying off debts, bonuses, commissions, but there's the energy that really coming is that karmic debt, too, okay? It's this something that just wasn't good for him, all right? So now he's moving forward in a new light. Something new's coming in. He's going to have to make a decision that will be very emotional, but at the end of the day, it's going to bring this long-term commitment, just sort of structure, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, that's all it's about, and again, remember, Pentacles are earthbound, but they are, they represent money. Obviously, it's a pentacle, it's a coin, and wealth, all right? But let's think of it as the things that is going to bring that wealth in his life. It's him now having that moment to sow the seeds, reap the rewards, no matter how long it takes. Okay, he's the Libra. This is fine. He can do it, okay? Just having that commitment to see it through. Now, he did get the Emperor as well. And so he really just, at this point, the message is coming through. He wants his power back. He wants his power back. I think he's going to find it. It is a process. He's going to get there. His final outcome is the Four of Swords. So this is really great. He's going to have this moment. Like I said, he's going to have to just distance himself for a little bit just to have clarity, just that stillness of mind to think about things. Here we go, the Four of Swords. All right, so that's in his final outcome, and this is stillness of mind. This is meditation. This is recovering from all of this. Okay, comes right after the Three of Swords. So this is recovering from that heartache and any sort of loss or pain or grief. And that's what's really going to help him move forward and bring that new perspective. Look at that, the Hanged Man. This is all about new perspective. So I clarified that, and come on. The hangman shows up in a lot of religious texts, very symbolic, but here the hangman you can see a halo over his head. You can see that he's smiling, okay? So the hangman actually put himself there. And the reason why he put himself there is because he wanted to look at things in a new way. He wanted to have this new perspective. The things of the past were not working for him at this point. So having that stillness of mind, having that moment to just distance himself and have that moment of clarity, it's going to bring that new perspective that J.R. Ramirez needs. So if you see this spread, let me put that down a little bit. My microphone's in the way, but, and the Brooklyn sunlight, you can't really see. But anyway, we started off with a Devil. We're ending up with a Hanged Man. So you can see that he's trying to move away from all these, let's just call them, things that are just not allowing him to move forward, things that are not serving him well. He definitely wants to just leave it. With these tens, he will. With his future, all the cards, all these court cards, especially with the Page of Cups, he is something new's coming in, and it's going to be something that he wants to have for long term. And I am seeing a lot of relationship stuff here, but even it's this is so personal for him. It is relationship stuff. It's more things that are coming through is family related. It's almost like he wants to build this family. He wants to have this loving family. But this is a very personal journey for him. Very, very personal journey for him. Okay. So that's the reading for Jared Ramirez. Thanks so much for tuning in again. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, and leave comments about, anything that you want. And if you're a subscriber, please leave celebrities you want me to read. Don't forget to go through my channel, because sometimes people leave celebrity requests for people I've already read. So they may be in my playlist, so go ahead and check the playlist. But yeah, that's it. Thanks so much. I will see you next week.